On page number 13, you see some diagrams, some figures of the tools that were used by the hunter-gatherers. These are example. You see pages, figure number A, B, C, D. These are the example of the earliest stone tools. They were made several thousand years ago, and these were made later still. These were made about 10,000 years ago, and these are natural pebbles. Pebbles means stones. So some of the stone tools were used to cut meat, and various types of tools like tools of stone, wood and bones are also found by archaeologists. Now, who are archaeologists? Archaeologists are the people who studies the past. Now, all these tools were found in the process of excavation. Excavation means when they are researching a particular site, a place, a historical site. The archaeologists they find out these things, and later on they are studied further to find out more about the past. Now, these tools were used to cut meat and bone, scrap bark from trees and hides, chop fruit and roots, and some tools have also been attached to handle of bone or wood in order to make spears and arrows for hunting. Some tools were also used to chop wood for the firewood. Apart from firewood, wood was mainly in use of making huts and tools. Now on page number 14, you see choosing a place to live. You'll find a map of India, and archaeologists have found the evidence of hunter-gatherers from the sites of Bhimabekta. You see on the map of India in the middle in Madhya Pradesh, middle of India, there's a place called Bhimabekta, Hansgi and Kurnal Caves. Hansgi and Kurnal Caves you see on the bottom side of our country, India. Apart from the above three sites, Bhimabekta, Hansgi and Kurnal Caves, the evidence of human hunter-gatherers have also been found in other places which were located near the banks of rivers and lakes. People prefer to live on the banks of river or lake because water is one of the basic needs of life. Places where stones were easily available and people made tools with these stones were known as factory sites. People made tools with these stones were known as factory sites. The evidence such as block of stone, chips of waste stone have also been recovered, which facilitates that these stones were discarded due to the having low quality for making tools. Some stones were not used and they were discarded. Why? Because the quality of the stone was not that good. From some of the factory site, it is also evident, it is proved that people live there for longer spell of time, and these sites are also known as habitation cum factory site. For some of the factory site, it has also been proved that people lived here for a longer period of time because the sites were known as habitation cum factory site because people got all the facilities over here and they chose to stay on this place for a longer period of time. Now on page number 14, you see there's a figure down over there which is a place located Bhimabekta in present day Madhya Pradesh, and some site known as habitation site are places where people lived. These includes caves and rock shelters. They did not know, the hunter-gatherers did not know the art of making house. So they preferred to live in caves and natural caves which provided shelter for them from rain, heat and wind. So as stones were important, people tried to find places where good quality stones was easily available. So stone tools were made using different techniques like stone on stone and pressure flaking. Stone on stone, what is this? This is a technique The pebble from which the required tools was to be made, known as core, was held in one hand, and another stone, which was used as hammer, was held in another hand, and the second stone was used to strike off flakes from the first till the required shape was obtained. This is called stone on stone, this technique. The pressure flaking in this technique, the core was placed on a hard surface and the hammer stone was used on piece of bone or stone that was placed on the core to remove flakes that could be sharpened into tools. Now on page number 16 you see the orange bracket above and these sites. Now what are sites? Sites are places where the remains of things, tools, pots, building, bones were found, and these were made, used and left behind by people who lived 100,000 years ago, buried under the earth or sometimes even under water. You'll learn more about this different site in the coming chapter. Now making stone tools. Making stone tool was very important task, technique. I explained you in that initial page that stones on stone, in this technique the pebble from which the required tool was to be made is also known as core, was held in one hand, and another stone which was used as hammer and was held in another hand, and the second stone was used to strike off flakes from the first till the required shape was obtained. Pressure flaking. In this technique the core was placed on the hard surface and the hammer stone was used on the piece of bone or stone that was placed on the core to remove flakes that could be shaped into tools. Now finding about fire. From the site of Kunal Caves, this place Kunal Caves, traces of ash have been found. Some little ashes was found. You know what is ash? Ash in Hindi हम राख बोलते हैं उसको, which suggested that use of fire was known in the past. People used fire in the past. It is assumed that fire could have been used for many purposes, like source of light, to cook meat, and to scare away wild animals. Why was fire used by these hunter-gatherers? There are different reasons. So, like source of light, to cook meat, and to scare away animals. Now, a changing environment. There was a change in the climate in the world around 12,000 years ago, with a shift to comparatively warmer condition, which led to the development of grasslands. Increasing in grasslands led to an increase in the number of deers, antelope, goat, sheep and cattle. Now these are the animals that only survives on grass. They eat only grass. The people had the curiosity to know the food habits and the breeding season of such animals. They had that eagerness, people had that eagerness to learn more about the food habits and the breeding season of animals, and they began to follow these animals. The human beings started following these animals. This helped people to start thinking about herding, rearing of such animals, and fishing became one of the important activities amongst them. So in the blue bracket you see names and dates. Archaeologists divide early period of the human history into two parts, the Paleolithic age and the Mesolithic, that is the Middle Age and the Neolithic period. Now what is Paleolithic period? Which extends from 2 million years age to about 12,000 years ago. Earliest stone tools were found, and these long stretch of time was divided into the lower, middle and upper Paleolithic. Mesolithic, the middle stone period, which extended from 12,000 years ago till about 10,000 years ago, and stone tools found during this period were tiny, so were called microliths. Micro means small. Neolithic period, which was started from about 10,000 years ago. Advanced stone tools were made in this period. Much better quality was improved. The system was little bit improved. So it is called Neolithic period, which started from about 10,000 years ago, and advanced stone tools were made in this period.